All right, everybody, let's look at the vocabulary section on page 64. Number 1 says, bad boys found nothing but switches in their stockings. Switches here, that's not light switches. Switches here means sticks or small branches. Twigs, sticks or small branches. They would say that that's what they'd find in there. I heard some people say you'd find coal in your stocking if you're not behaving. So maybe it was the same idea. Number 2, he could hardly stand the strain. Oh, we know this. He could hardly stand the stress or the pressure. He had a lot going on. Number 3, he had to scour the steel knives and forks. You ever had to scour something? It means to polish by scrubbing. To polish by scrubbing. You scrub off all the stuff that doesn't need to be there. Notice this. What do we have to do to that be? You have to double it before you add the ing, don't you? Yeah. To polish by scrubbing. Number 4, Almanzo's insides quaked. A quake, like an earthquake? Can you have an earthquake inside? Well, maybe. You ever have butterflies in your stomach? They're not real butterflies, of course, but you know that feeling. So Almanzo's insides quaked. So quaked would be that they shook violently. His stomach was upset, right? He felt kind of quavery because of it. Number 5. Spoons gouged deep into the mashed potatoes. Gouged. Roughly grooved or cut. They were stuck in there in no easy, nice manner. It wasn't neat. It was just roughly put in there. They wanted those potatoes, I guess. We'll have to read and find out. So I'd like you to read chapter 26, Christmas, finish it, and then come back and we'll answer some questions. All right, on the comprehension questions part. Number 1, what does the threat of a switch have to do with Almanzo's good behavior? Well, switches or a trip to the woodshed meant the same thing, a spanking. Almanzo behaves well so that he can avoid that. Number 2, why did Almanzo quake when he heard Mother's comments that he might spill the stove blacking? Uh-oh, do you think he thought he was caught? Yeah, it reminded him of the time where he made a mess in the parlor because he threw the stove polish brush, and that was a mess, wasn't it? Number 3, describe Christmas morning, and why does Father say to look at the clock? Well, the children get up when Almanzo yelled, what? Merry Christmas! And they dash downstairs, they empty their stockings, find their presents, but they're excited. But why does Dad say to look at the clock? Uh-oh, what did they do? They woke them at 3:30, didn't they? In the morning. I don't think Mom and Dad would be happy about that. Number 4, what does Frank dare Almanzo to do and what happens? What did he dare him to do? He dared him to climb and sit on Starlight's back. Would that be a problem? Of course it would. So Almanzo, what did he do? Said no, he knew better. He wasn't silly. Frank began climbing on the stall and scared Starlight. So what happens when Almanzo pulled him down? They got into a fight. And so Royal came in and they broke up he broke up the fight, didn't he? Was that Almanzo's problem? Was that his fault? Did he climb on? No, he didn't. All right, top of page 65. There are 2 questions about the quotations. I want you to read it, tell me who said it, and what were they talking about when they did. When you're done with this page, you'll be done with chapter 26, Christmas, and I'll see you next time.